back to ABL Hot Corner. With us tonight, we've got a special guest. We have Tom West, the ABL umpire, all the way from sunny Queensland. Tom, welcome to ABL Hot Corner.
Yeah, it's sunny Adelaide at the moment, over 40 degrees, just about melting into a puddle over here.
It's a little bit warm. I must admit, there's a few beads going down the back of the neck at the moment, mate. Kick off things first. Obviously, you've been in the league quite a while. How'd you get into umpiring?
Oh, yeah, I guess, like most big baseball families in Australia, sort of was pushed into volunteering early on, and I think it sort of started one Saturday morning where short of an umpire in a T-ball game, and I think I was probably only about 8 or 9 years old, and got thrown into that, and after that got thrown under 10s in Little League, and sort of took a liking to it and enjoyed it, and went on from there. So yeah,
fantastic. Now I know that you were, I think you were 16 years old when you first started umpiring in the big leagues in Brisbane, so the A League.
Yeah.
That must have been a pretty big baptism of fire for a kid of 16.
Yeah, absolutely. Still sort of not playing seniors in the Greater Brisbane League. I think I can remember my first game. It was a double header, and the coach at the time, Peter Dutton, sort of came out. I made a couple of good calls. He said, if you keep trying, you can umpire for Australia one day. And in the second game, I think I blew a call, and he came out and taught me a new one. So that's the way umpiring goes, and it certainly was a baptism of fire in a good way, though.
It's a fickle game, I must admit, that's for sure. But I mean, I know watching the A-grade guys here that if you're an umpire and you can survive that, mate, you can pretty much survive anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you want a different perspective on the game, definitely umpiring is the way to go about it.
Sensational. Now, obviously, you've come a long way. You umpired in the US the last couple of seasons. Tell us a bit about experience umpiring at the level over there in the US.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I wouldn't have had that opportunity if it wasn't for Baseball Australia and such. I guess they opened up so many doors for me, which is fantastic. I couldn't have found myself in this position otherwise. But first year umpiring in the Gulf Coast League, no crowds, but that whole sort of sense of professional baseball where it's every single day, it's the grind, and then now the last 2 years spending in the Northwest League, having crowds behind you every night, the pressure's on you every night as opposed to, just your Sunday League local game. It's a fantastic experience and a great way to see the States, and I'll take it as far as I can go.
And obviously in the Gulf Coast League, that's a rookie league, so you're seeing a lot of young talent come through. Must be pretty exciting to sort of follow those guys' progress too as they sort of go through the systems.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think if anyone was as nervous as me sort of going into the Gulf Coast League, it was probably the players. So a lot of talent there, and I've seen so many guys, go on from even that first season that have, become September call-ups. You see guys out here like Jordan Cowan and Kyle Petty that I've umpired in the States, and to see them in a completely different arena in Australia is kind of surreal, but it's a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, is there a bit of that sort of, what the hell are you doing here type of thing? We spoke to some of the guys from the Adelaide Bite, and they said the same thing. They got up to Brisbane. I was talking to Travis Demerit, and he said he went up to Brisbane and Justin Williams was there, and it's like, hey, dude, what are you doing here? It's like just sort of fish out of water. You've come from all the way across the pond, and then you guys still run into each other. Yeah,
definitely is sort of two different worlds of baseball. You sort of don't kind of link them together at times, and especially a guy like Jordan Cowan, who I've spent over 2 seasons with now. It's a shame he dislocated his shoulder because he's doing so well out here. But
for all of us,
yeah. So, but some fantastic guys in this league, and to have a beer with any of them.
Yeah, sensational. Now, obviously, after the season here in the ABL, you're heading back over to the US. What's your gig in the US next year?
Yeah, so I moved up a league to the South Atlantic League, which is Class A ball, so full season baseball, and that's sort of in the southeast of the United States, so the opposite end of where I had been umpiring before. And I guess the goals are just to keep progressing. As far as umpiring goes, it's very sort of similar over there as to a player's career. You got to keep improving. If you stagnate, you can't stay at a level, you'll just get released. So you just got to keep setting yourself small goals and keep improving, and may the good Lord willing, you keep moving up.
There it is. So obviously that league, the South Atlantic League, this year you'll be learning a bit of hunting and fishing, and get that drawl going so you can talk to the boys on their level down there.
I have been working on the Carolina twang, so it'd definitely be interesting sort of going places like New Jersey and Georgia, and there's so much diversity just in that league itself, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
Well, I'm thinking that this weather should put you in good stead for Georgia because it gets pretty damn warm down there too, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, well, I'm not looking forward to a little bit of the cold either. I haven't had a winter in about 4 years, so we'll see how that goes outside of the summer as well.
Sensational. So what's the process for you guys? Obviously, umpiring that level, single A. What's the process for having your form assessed? How does the assessment go on, how you're progressing and what things are happening, and do you get coached on that as the season goes on?
Yeah, no, we sort of have, I guess, about 6 to 8 sort of standard evaluations a year, where an assessor, a minor league assessor, will come out to a game and he'll do a plate one night and the base the next night for you. As you might not know, we do a 2-umpire system all the way up until AA. I guess, so they will critique you on everything from how good your out mechanic is, to whether your shirt fits you well, to whether you blew that third strike in the 4th inning on the second batter. So it really is sort of, really small parts of the game sort of add up to a bigger picture. A lot of people think judgment is the be-all and end-all of umpiring, and it is a very large part of umpiring, but certainly it's a result of umpiring, and a result of a lot of little things like positioning and game awareness and those type of things. Minor league evaluators who have been over there, they know what they're doing, and they've done it before, and they know what will achieve the best results for you.
Excellent. And obviously, you're doing pretty well so far to get the call up to single A this year, so that's fantastic. Now, talking about umpiring as a craft, I mean, we talk about baseballers. They have a lot of things they do to improve their craft with hitting and fielding. But how do you improve your craft sort of for yourself as an umpire?
Yeah, it is very difficult, I guess, because in the sense, you can only really, truly improve yourself on the field. Every single game you go into, as a hitter, you want to achieve your best results. As a player, I should say. As an umpire, you want to try and focus on getting better at maybe 1 or 2 little things at a time. You can't just magically improve as an umpire after 1 or 2 games. So just working on little things. Certainly in the Australian Baseball League, for example, it's fantastic to have all this video footage to go back and I'll rewatch almost every single pitch to sort of see, okay, well, was I in the right position for this call? Did I make this right call? How can I improve on that? So the Australian Baseball League in particular is a fantastic tool for umpires. And we've got some young umpires coming through, and Riley Barrington, Jordan Taylor, and all around the league that could go on to have long, successful careers, and the tools are there for them to do that.
Excellent. Now, talking about batter-catcher banter, I mean, obviously when you're doing the plate, you hear quite a bit of banter between the catchers and the hitters. What's some of the best stuff you've heard, or are there any particular repeat offenders that you really enjoy umpiring because there is that banter?
I don't want to name names in Australia because I think some people could probably guess who the more mischievous sort of catchers are in the Australian Baseball League, the guys that have been around for a while. But I think the art of catcher-batter sort of banter is doing it sort of so subtle that the batter doesn't know he's been had until after he's at bat. The guy who just will talk the entire at bat, and before you know it, he's down 0-2 and in a hole. So, yeah, no, absolutely.
Sensational. Now, the Aussie Baseball League this year, it's been, it's pretty close. Obviously, Canberra bounced out early. Things have tightened up a little bit with them getting swept last week. How do you see the quality of talent this year compared to years past?
Oh, it is difficult, I guess, to compare talent over the years. I think the one redeeming thing, or no, I shouldn't say redeeming thing, the one great thing about the Australian Baseball League is how tight the competition is year in, year out. We've very rarely seen teams blow away. There may be sometimes a gap from first to last, but certainly the middle of the table is always so congested, and it really does come down to those last 2 rounds. Being a fan as well as an umpire of the ABL, it's great to watch those matchups. You don't know what's going to happen every game. You can't sort of be sure who's going to win any game. So I guess that's the best thing I like about the Australian Baseball League.
Sensational. Now, looking forward to the playoffs. You've had some experience, obviously, in playoffs, and last year you were lucky enough to umpire the All-Star game in your league. Obviously, the big games bring out the best in the umpires as well as the players.
Yeah, no, I guess that was sort of a goal I set for myself last year, was to work the All-Star game and work the Championship Series as well, which is a similar sort of thing. And got to work the first Pioneer League, Northwest League All-Star game, and and the Championship Series was named crew chief for the Championship Series out there in the Northwest League. So had a fantastic season and hope to go on with it in the Sally League.
Excellent, feather in your cap. So, I mean, obviously moving forward, your dream is to be in the big leagues, and the way you're progressing so far is you're heading towards that way. So, if you had your dream scenario in the big leagues, which ballpark would be your choice to be chiefing?
I don't know if beggars can be choosers though, Boris, but
just putting it out there, fantasy scenario.
You can't go past one of the classics like Fenway or Wrigley. I think.
Excellent answer.
I think Wrigley, knowing Boris is a little bit of a Cubs fan, might be the right answer in this situation. But yeah, definitely one of those two.
Both beautiful ballparks, no doubt. An excellent choice. Well, Tommy, I'd like to wish you all the best for this series here at Adelaide on the weekend. Hopefully you don't melt and you can enjoy some good baseball between the heat and the bite. And also, of course, best of luck for next season in the States, in A-League and beyond. Thanks for being with us.
Cheers, boys. Love the show, and thank you very much, Boris.
Cheers. Thanks. That was Tommy West on ABL Hot Corner.